This was the gift. I wrapped
Good evening,
it. My
everyone. This is
passion.
Reverend James T. Sykes Jr. with It Don't Take That Long to Preach. Listen, Ecclesiastes 9:11 says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happening to them all. Hmm. Has anybody who can't sleep or went to sleep too early ever caught any of the infomercials? I mean, the good ones that almost have you ready to invest in the items that they are selling. I ended up catching one of them catching a few of them actually, and one of them that had always excited me was the ones with the kitchen knife. You know, the kitchen knives that can cut through anything. Man, I watch it cut through onions, tomatoes, meat, and even cans. And I was amazed how it looked like the knife was almost moving by itself. And that was the problem. The knife looked like it was moving by itself. That means that the person behind the knife had to have some kind of skill to use the knife like he was using it. Whether he went through some kind of professional training or was trained by another chef in order to cut the things the way he did, that fast and that smooth without cutting himself. It took two things, I think. We know for sure teaching and practice. So, as usual, my mind went to wandering and then I went to thinking, I wonder how many times did he nick his fingers learning to chop like he chopped? How many times did he hurt himself learning the skill? How many band-aids did they go through learning a skill that will move him from one stage of his life to the next? Let me make it plain. How long or how many times have we heard ourselves learning a skill or a lesson just trying to elevate to the next level? I can look at somebody right now and look and say, listen, no more band-aids. We look at life the way it is now. The minute that we are introduced into this world, we are taught skills to help us move from one level to another. And in each level, we experience a pain until we learn a better way of doing things. Paul says in the book of Romans, it was the 5th chapter, tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. So when we first learn to stand, we fall a couple times. Our legs aren't strong enough, and mainly because we don't have the experience. When we learn to walk and run, we fall faster and harder. But after a few good bumps, scrapes, and bruises, excuse me, you get better at walking, you get better at running, and yes, you even get better at falling. You start knowing when you're about to take a tumble, and you might not know how you're going to land, but you already assume crash position. But even after the scrapes, even after the bumps, even after the bruises, you don't give up walking. You don't give up running. You just get better at it. No more band-aids. Sometimes in life, things aren't going to always go the way you expect them to go. You're going to plan for things to go right, and they're going to go completely left. It ain't for you to give up. It ain't for you to lose your mind and throw a temper tantrum. It isn't for you to go to somebody and tell them your business. Sometimes things are meant to go wrong because there's a lesson to be taught and experience to be gained so that you can move on. That's right, to the next level. No more band-aids. Let's go back to the television thing for a second. The stuff looks so good on TV, but you never really get it as soon as you get it because it don't work like the stuff on TV worked. It don't sound like the stuff on TV. It doesn't even look like the stuff from the TV. Then just because the guy on TV can cut an onion up in 3 seconds doesn't mean I'm going to be able to cut it up in 3 seconds because I didn't go through the training that he went through. I didn't go through and learn what he learned in that skill. So we look at other people's lives and we tend to compare what they have done and what we have done, and we get disappointed at ourselves and at God sometimes because we tried to go the same way pretty much that someone else did, but their path was different from ours. We fell more than they did. We shed more tears than they had to. We spilled more blood than they had to. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, you're competing in a race that ain't even yours. You have your own race. I have my own race, and I'm winning with the training that I've been through. My God. Because this race isn't given to the swift, nor this battle to the strong. No more band aids. I'm winning. I'm winning even though I failed at the beginning. I'm winning. Although I went the wrong way the first couple times, I'm winning. Although, yeah, I made a few difficult decisions, a few bad choices, but I'm winning. Although I got less friends than I even started with, I'm winning. Although I got less bank accounts, I'm winning because after a while I learned to stop hurting myself in the process. Hmm. No more band-aids. I started learning that Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 says, Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. And then he says, In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. I started knowing where to run. So no more band aids. John 15 and 7 says, If ye abide in me and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. I started knowing when to run. No more band-aids. 2 Corinthians 1 and 21 says, Now he which establishes us with you in Christ and hath anointed us in God is God. I realized that I wasn't running by myself. No more band-aids. No more band-aids.